You good?
Okay.
Morgan, good to see you.
Okay.
All good?
Yeah, all good.
Well, look, how nice is it to be back in the Midlands after all those years travelling around?
Yeah, it's been crazy. I think my family probably appreciated more me being around the corner and that now, but it's what you have to do in football. It's just part of the job. You have to go different places and stuff, but to be back home, there's nothing better.
You're only 22. How did you manage that time from relocating for loan spells, getting a move when you've just got settled and you've got to move somewhere else? How did you find that period?
Yeah, it's quite challenging, quite difficult, but it's something that I wanted to do. I wanted to go out and play where I did, and I felt like that was the best thing for me at that time. So looking back at it, I'd make every decision again if I had the same opportunities. It was just about getting games under my belt. I wouldn't be the person I am if I didn't go on them loans and get them experiences. So it was definitely needed for me.
Middlesbrough, such a big club, but you find out that Aston Villa in the Premier League are interested. Was it a tough decision?
It was tough leaving Middlesbrough just because I felt so close to the group and the coaches, but when a team like Villa comes, it's impossible to say no, and especially being from Birmingham as well, it was like a perfect reality.
This season, did you expect to perform and be put in the numbers and the performances that you are right now?
Don't know if I'd expect it, but I'd say, yeah, it's what I believe I can do. It's what I challenged myself at the end of last year was, I want to get into this team, I want to play, and I want to be a big part of it. And so far, I'm pretty happy, but there's still work to do.
Has anything surprised you about the Premier League? I know you experienced it towards the end of the season, but now you're playing week in, week out.
Because I'm such a football fan, I think some players just, not starstruck, but like, yeah, he's right in front of me, or he's here, and it's just like, I was watching them a few years ago every week and stuff, and it's kind of mad and kind of surreal to me still that I'm playing against this calibre of player every week, and I love football so much, so
I can tell.
Yeah, so it's just like, yeah, stuff like that still excites me now.
Who this year has been the one or a few where you thought,
Just the buying game, the stars from 1 to 11, just all of them are just superstars, and it's just like, yeah, I'm here, I'm on this pitch with them. It's just like a surreal moment that, yeah, like I'm here, and I enjoy stuff like that. This is where I want to be, this is where I'm meant to be, and I love it, really.
I've got to ask, because everyone's dream growing up is to stand there with the Champions League anthem. How was it? Did you allow yourself to think back to your younger self, hearing the famous song? How was that moment?
Yeah, it's crazy, and each time just gets a bit better. Like, it doesn't wear off, and to be a part of that is something I didn't expect to happen so quick. I've always had that belief in me that this is where I wanted to be. I wanted to get to the highest level of football. It was just about how my path was going to work out. And this is the way it's worked out so far, and long may that continue.
Which players were you looking up to when you were younger?
My mum's a Man U fan, so Ronaldo was a big one, was there when I was growing up.
Yeah.
That's a massive one that I looked up to. And then, yeah, people like Neymar. I don't play anything like them, but
I was going to say, I'm not seeing any...
Yeah, no, I don't have that. I'm too big and tall. But I like the idea of players just expressing themselves and playing with sheer freedom, and I try and bring that freedom into my game as well. That if I lose the ball, I have a bad 10 minutes, a bad 15 minutes, I'm not going to stop myself from getting on the ball or wanting to show what I'm about. And I kind of look up to players that do that, and that I've seen over the years that just, no matter what, however bad the game is, they know that they can turn it on in that moment. So I like players like that.
Now, on your manager, how is he day to day, and how do you find his management style has brought out the player that we're seeing right now?
He's so intense, and his detail is next level, and you're just like, wow, this is the real deal. And he does that 100 times a week, and it just brings out the best in you, because you know that if everything's not on point, if everything's not how he wants it, he's going to let you know, and you want to impress, you want to improve, so you're going to listen. And I think, yeah, I've just improved with him massively, just to the confidence, the belief that he's given me first and foremost to play me last year when there was injuries. It means a lot to a player when you got someone behind you that's always backing you and believing you, but at the same time still pushing you behind the scenes, working hard to improve to get to the level that he knows you can get to and wants to get to. So yeah, I owe a lot to him and what he's done so far, and I just hope that continues.
Talking to you now, it feels like you're loving just being a sponge to a manager who's had so much success.
Yeah, I love the game, so someone like that also loves the game, it works well that he finds a way to improve players and still that drive and that hunger to win games at the same time. He's found a balance of how one works with the other and not just focusing on one or the other. So yeah, it's perfect for me, and I love it.
Well, you're more seen now in the pocket, but started out as a striker. Do you think that experience of knowing when you want it in the channel, knowing when you want it feet. Do you think that's helped you now? We see you more in that 8 to 10 role.
Yeah, I kind of played everywhere growing up, but I kind of pride myself that I can do that. I can play in different positions if and when needed, but yeah, I'm loving the role I'm playing at the moment. I think I can get my best qualities out in it. I think the players I'm playing around, I think makes that so much easier for me. They understand what I'm good at and try and help me exploit that as well. So I don't think it's just down to me. I think it's the team, the combination of the team, the setup that we're in. I think that's how we get the best out of each other, and that's why we're performing so well.
So many exciting forward options for you at the minute. Watkins on fire, Duran coming on and on fire. How have you built up that relationship with them? Because it seems like the chemistry right now is really strong.
Yeah, the good thing about them too is when I'm playing with them, they're completely different. I think they're both a nightmare for defenders, but just in completely different ways. It's just about understanding what their strengths are and knowing what they are, and kind of me adapting to that, because ultimately they're the goal scorers, they win us the games. I'm just there to support them. We know that if John comes on, he's that focal point. He wants the ball a bit more, probably to feet, bounce passes, sets and stuff, and it's just about playing to that. And then with Ollie, he stretches it. You know, he's a nightmare for defenders in behind, so you know that when I've got the ball, he's off. So it's about finding him. So it's just about playing with different options, and it's good that we've got both of them, and both of them are firing at the moment.
It's amazing to see the form that you're in this season. There's starting to be a lot of talk, a lot of expectation on you and England.
It's the dream, and Champions League's the dream for club, and that's the dream internationally of playing at major tournaments with your country. That's what I want to do. It's what I set out to do at the start, and yeah, I feel like I'm in and around it, which is nice to hear from other people. But I know in my position there's world-class players. When you look everywhere at England at the moment, the squad's filled with so much talent, so I'm not going to be hurt if I don't get selected because of the names that are in there. But yeah, it's a goal of mine, it's an ambition of mine. Hopefully I'm knocking at the door and I'm not too far away.
On that, there's a guy in there also from Birmingham who I'm sure you know from age groups, Jude Bellingham, star boy. How nice would it be for you both to be there, given the journeys you've been from, being from not too far away from each other? It would be a nice moment for the Midlands, but also for Birmingham to have you both in there.
Yeah, obviously from the same city, it's good to see him doing so well, and what he's achieved in his career it's unreal, and he'll continue because of how good of a player he is. And yeah, hopefully one day we're repping Birmingham for England in the future. There's nothing better that players that you've grown up with, like you've played with at younger age groups, to see doing so well, especially close friends that you play against week in, week out, or whether it be in the Prem or in the Champions League. It's really refreshing to see, and really good to see, to show that pathway does mean something, that when you do get selected there, that there's a way forward and a way up, and yeah, it's just nice to see your friends do well.
I love how happy you are.
Thank you.
Love watching you play. That was awful, by the way. No one ever used that. We'll do that again. And thanks for the FPL points, you know. I got you in early doors.
I was bad first 4 games, wasn't I?
It's too cheap, though.
Yeah.
Too cheap. You're too cheap. You're like a filler spot.
I'm just unknown. Yeah. Like no one knows about me. Yeah.
And now you're clear on the points.
Yeah.
Did you play?
Yeah, half-hearted.
Yeah, but
it's very half-hearted.
Passive, just so you can get involved with the group chat. Yeah.
Want to be involved, but yeah, half-hearted.
Now you're in. Do you know how many people have transferred you in?
Yeah, I won't let them down.
It's a lot.
I feel the pressure.
I was an early adopter.
Oh, was you?
Yeah. Early.
What,
early
week
few
1?
Weeks. Yeah, but you're on the bench, and then as soon as the performances started going in, it was straight in.
Yeah.
But appreciate it.
I feel let them down.
That is better.
It's better.